What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we remove the original bumper off the Excursion and start fabrication on the tire carrier bumper. Also, real quick, I wanna give a massive fucking shout out to my good friend Elliot for gifting me these. I'm gonna get this one set up and then I'm gonna start removing the bumper. Wow. Literal night and day difference. And that's just with one light. So, after extensive research, I've discovered that in order to remove this bumper, you need a 21mm socket, a ratchet for that socket, and this very special tool that has been passed down in my family generation after generation. These two guys right here are the ones that we're going to be removing. There's not a lot of room down here to get a lot of leverage on this. I would suggest using a bar to get some more leverage. Before I hammer out the other two bolts, it would be very wise if you had somebody to help you to hold the other side so this does not fall on you. I have propped a chair over here on this side for me and I can hold it from here. But if you're able to and you have somebody that can help you, make sure you ask them to help you to hold this up. The last thing you want is this bumper or anything falling on you while you're trying to work on something and hurting yourself. This little bulb goes in here and this one twists. It's right off. So here we have some 6x6 square tubing. Basically what I can do is cut all the way through here on this line and the other side as well. And we have our 6x6 angle, which is basically the face of the entire bumper. And since the Excursion is pretty flat in the back, the length from here all the way to here is basically going to be the entire bumper. So this is going to be a pretty straightforward build. And the first thing I'm going to do is cut through this seam right here and that seam right there. We'll make this the face of the bumper. We'll have this nice little lip here at the bottom of the bumper. This will be the top. I know I could have saved myself a ton of work by just ordering a piece of angled steel, and I did try that, but I couldn't find any in the width that I needed and also the thickness that I needed for this build. And honestly, this piece turned out a lot better than had I just bought a piece of angled steel because they gave me this little curve right here at the bottom. So this kind of build is not going to require a full out template because we've basically already got the entire bumper already made. So the next step is going to be get a template made for the mount, which is going to go bolted in here all the way to the bumper. Hard to tell on here. There's a slight angle on this mount for the frame right here. So we have to make sure We have to make sure that we can replicate that as best as we can for that spot. So now the mounts are completely finished. I've already went ahead and cut off the excess material of what's going to be the bumper. So I'm going to get this test fitted and see how it looks. Next, I have to make a plate that is going to go here to cover up the side and also fill this gap right here with that plate. I've cut out this piece right here. We're gonna go right here on the side. We have a nice taper that matches with this line right here on the top of the bumper right here to cover up a lot of that space right there. What I'm gonna do is take the leftover material from this piece and get this cut out. That way I can just weld up these seams and get a nice perfect piece right here. This is exactly what I had in mind. We have this top gap right here matching the curvature of the quarter panel. We've definitely got more than enough room right here for the spindle. And the bumper so far is just tacked up. This end is all tacked up too. I'm gonna go through the insides of the bumper and get those welded up first. Spindle kit got delivered today. and the rest of the metal for the tire carrier. So I tapped this little spot right here so I can drill out this hole using one of these bits right here. And this is where the spindle is going to go in, and then it's going to get welded all the way on the inside here and all the way on the inside here. I've got this piece tacked in 4 spots. I don't want to fully weld it yet until I can make sure that it's absolutely level. So I've got the length here that I'm going to need to get it to be a little bit over the center right here. So we're going to be creating this piece first, and that's going to get welded on this piece. Once I can get this fitted onto this piece, then I can figure out exactly where it's going to be level, and then I can get that fully welded in. So I've got these 2 pieces of 1/4 inch ABS right here and right here. These little plastic pieces I always use on the end of the tire carrier anyways. That way there's no metal on metal contact. So by using them, I can figure out exactly where this is gonna sit and how high up it's gonna be. And it looks like right here is perfect. This looks good, so I'm gonna get this taken off and weld the spindle to the bumper. Spindle rod is now welded to the top of the bumper, but I still have to go through on the inside and weld the rest of the rod onto the inside of the bumper. So at this point, the entire bumper is complete now. I've already welded the spindle rod all the way throughout the inside of the bumper on both sides here and also across. So this is the final test fit of the bumper as it is right now. I've already went through and grinded everything down that I needed to and sanded everything as well. I'm gonna mount the wheel to it, make sure everything's good, and then we'll be ready for paint. Everything on the bumper checks out, so I'm gonna take all of this apart, and now it's time for paint. here's the completed rear bumper with a tire carrier for the Ford Excursion. Not only is this bumper super strong and very capable, but it looks great on the body for the Excursion, and even better, it looks great paired with this ladder. I've got a lot of cleaning up to do in here, and it's onto the front bumper. I hope you guys really enjoyed this build, and I hope you guys are enjoying this entire build series for this Excursion. In the next video, I'm removing the front bumper, getting a template for the new one, and starting fabrication. As always, thank you guys so much for watching these videos and subscribing to the YouTube channel. I feel like I repeat myself over and over again, but it seems like every single time I check the subscriber count, it goes up. And honestly, that just makes me so fucking happy. Thank you guys for watching these videos and subscribing to the YouTube channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.